Welcome Cancer, and welcome to all the other zodiac signs that felt like that this constellation, which exists only once a year, has an inspiration for them as well. I do the reading always on the day the moon is in your sign. That means when I look into the moon, I see constellation Cancer behind it, and when I look at the sun, I see the constellation Scorpio behind it. And these are both water energies, right? One is the Queen of Cups and the other is the King of Cups. And Cancer is a cardinal sign and begins the summer. And Scorpio is a fixed sign and is the center of fall, where the leaves are falling, where death is literally all around us. Scorpio is the 8th house of reincarnation, and you are the 4th house of family and friends. So I see that the white horse or the white sphinx is actually pulling you forward. Yes, you come at us with your chariot, with your success, because you're the summer, you're that one day of the year where the sun is the highest, the longest day. And now we see here how the horse is going into the direction of the small cycle, the 365-day cycle. And the 365-day cycle is the cycle the earth spins around the sun, and that's for me the cycle of the outside world affecting the inner world. And here I can see that there is something happening to you emotionally, and we're gonna have a look at what is Scorpio, or what the sun is now giving you, the moon, which has no light on its own. Yeah, the yoga position for Scorpio is Scorpio itself, Vrikshasana. We put our feet above our head because we need to let go of the ego. And for you, my dear Cancer, I choose Asana. This is the moment where you recognize yourself as that force that pulls the chariot itself. You are the chariot. You are that body, and the body that you are living in can be moved, can be shifted. So that's the empowerment. Now, just one more thing is that behind Scorpio is the age of Pisces, and that's where the Earth does a precession, right? We have the procession, which is going month through the zodiac signs, and we have a precession, and the Earth, while she is spinning around the sun, does a slight 1 degree wobble. And in that 1 degree wobble that the Earth does, things shift, right? And that shift is, or that wobble in itself, it's very slow. It's like a 25,800 year wobble that the Earth does. And they call that the precession. And the precession is then divided through 12, an age. And we are in the age of Pisces right now, in the way the Earth is tilted towards the sun. So behind all of the signs is always the age of Pisces, and the age of Pisces then is the opportunity to form a religion. It's the opportunity to form something that has much more value on the collective, on the big picture, and that's the Catholic, the age of Pisces is the Jesus the fisherman, Pisces, right? 2 fish. He has also 2 fish, and that's the symbol for his religion. Your court card is the Queen of Cups. She's sitting here at the shore and looking at the cup. If your birthday is between June 10th and July 12th, this is your court card. If not, please look below. I have listed there all the court cards, and I have listed all the cards that I'm using right now in this small reading you're getting in the month of December, which is opposite of you, your full moon reading, which is then all 22 major arcanas, and I read that from right to left. So that is the state of consciousness from deep within. The soul, right, is coming from the inside to the outside, but the soul is learning from the outside to the inside, which is now all these small readings, which I picked 12 cards of the 22 major arcanas. The first row and the third row are always the same. I always use the first 4 cards and the 4 last cards of the major arcanas, and in the center, depending which zodiac sign is in the sun and which zodiac sign is in the moon. Your last reading, where the sun was in Libra, the message was use the 8x3 portal of infinite empowerment in your community. You had the Empress, you had the World, and you had the Circle. So Libra was giving you a strong, powerful message in using your love, right? You are the one that is the most caring, the most loving, because you're the water aspect of water in the court card, and so you are always called the healer. So let's begin. On the position of the Fool, which is the state of consciousness that is saying, I have this idea, I have this energy that is coming to me, I have this I have the origin, right? The original thought coming to me, which is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is a state of consciousness, which is a change, which is a transformation that we're going through, a transformation that we want to go through, a transformation that is not being pushed upon us. No, it is coming to us because we realize we want to change, we want to open ourselves up to a higher consciousness. And we can see here this blue lake and the Hanged Man. It's kind of called Mem from the Hebrew alphabet, and Mem is the big ocean. So here we see how this person is literally saying, I want to be in the deep ocean. I want to bring myself into a higher state of consciousness. And the positioning of itself is something that even back then in the 15th century of the Visconti Sforza Tarot was that you were a traitor. You were a political traitor. And so something here is coming to you that's quite literally saying there is something you want to shift yourself, you want to change, you want to move into an upside down position. That's in yoga the inversions. And as you can see, the Fool is going from right to left, which is the soul path, right? And so you are literally, like, we could literally say he has fallen, he has he has fallen off the cliff. He has taken this step, and he's like, okay, I'm falling. And so now he's like upside down, and they look at each other when that happens. So it's almost like you're falling a little bit. You are, something is shifting in you. Something is big time changing you. There is something that wants you to awaken, right? It's like this wake up call. On the position of the Magician, which is a state of consciousness as well. So you have this idea here, but now what you're going to do with it, how you're going to act upon it, which of the elements on the table are you going to take? And here comes the rainbow, and it's the number 41, which becomes a 5. And so this is the card number 12, which then becomes a 3, right? But the 12 is like, it's almost like here all 12 zodiac signs are affected by you turning yourself upside down. And the rainbow bird is flying in the direction of the small cycle, which is to learn to understand and to awaken to a powerful transition, which is saying to you, the rainbow tells you that the end of the storm is near. So it's almost like this is now almost the liberation that you are waiting for. You want to be liberated. The rainbow symbolizes the 7th step of a true spiritual path, which manifests as the colors of the 7 chakras. And so the 7th chakra is here on top of its head is the color blue, which is communication, right? And then of course the green, which is the heart. And so you are actually shifting big time, and the color blue is with the number 5, which is the 5th chakra. So there is an awakening through the rainbow, through that active, I want to awaken, I want to shift, and you are doing it. And like it says, the rainbow tells you that the end of the storm is near. Persevere and remember that it is darkest just before the dawn. Do not give up hope. Things are about to take a positive turn. So what is happening to you is that you are awakening, that you are going now the path of the physical path, the path that brings all the information to the soul. And I believe that you are awakening here, because then 7 colors or 7 chakras, you are with the 7th chakra back to earth. And it's almost like you have literally gotten the call to awaken. You took that step and you are hanging upside down, and it's saying you coming out of a higher consciousness into a reality that is bringing you down this way. But the magician knows how to handle all 7 chakras, right? He's working on that. So then on the position of the high priestess, which is also a state of consciousness, which is your intuition, the intuition that brings you between the black and the white, and not into that typical, well, I think this is good and I think this is bad, and judging and pointing fingers. Comes the moon, comes the position that the moon is in, that's in your sign. So the moon is also your planet, right? For Scorpio, it is Pluto, the judge, right? And so the transformation that you're making, that you're taking, is actually into this knowledge, the wisdom that you gain here again through these 2 towers, because here are 2 towers as well. But here with the high priestess, it is that black and white thinking that she has to discern and bring herself into the center. And in the moon card, the two towers are the same. It's just they're not anymore black and white. They're kind of gray. And here there is now through the moon something that says, come out of your subconscious, come out of this position that you put yourself in. You can liberate yourself now. And it's almost like here is the rainbow. You see that? I'm going to put this down for a moment. It's like he is, if I put this here, he is like, because he's upside down, because he fell down, he's able now to take this rainbow path forward and out of a subconscious, out of a situation that is saying, I do not want to be trapped in this physicality anymore. I want to liberate myself. I want to come out of the deep ocean of subconscious, and I want to liberate myself. And the moon is helping you, and your intuition is helping you to rise and to come out and to evolve further out into the next dimension, which is then here the Empress, where we have the jugement, le jugement, which is the judgment. And the judgment is literally calling you further, right? It's almost like you coming out, and now it's calling you to come even more out, to step out of the ocean, to liberate yourself. And you coming out of the coffin, you are awakening. You have dared to take that plunge, right? You have dared to go deep down. You have found then through the 7 chakras a liberation path, and the path goes further out, up, and now you even called upon to awaken further and to liberate yourself and to become an enlightened human being, because this is then the card number 20. And the 20 is always that from 10 to 20 is that stage of awakening to a higher consciousness, to a consciousness that doesn't need a physical body anymore, doesn't need to judge, doesn't need to see black and white. It just sees the things the way they are, and you are awakening to that. You are giving birth to that, because that's what the Empress is. It's still a state of consciousness. It's all, these 4 cards are in your head. This is all happening as a state of consciousness in your head. And so you awakening to this empowered kind of being. And here you are now coming, because after that would be the Emperor, and the Emperor is Aries, is the first zodiac sign. But here I put you, because you see now that you have awakened and that you are looking at this cup of love in a completely different way, and you are realizing I gotta do this beautiful healing work, and I gotta come deeper and deeper into the love, this awakening that you have taken, and realize clearly, yes, I am a healer. Yes, I have awoken. I have come out of whatever the situation here is presenting itself, right? That you are awakening in your head. As you can see, you are looking into the cycle of the big spiritual path, right? The precession. And so here you are awakening to then a very beautiful card, which is on the position of your card comes Venus in Cancer. So here you are looking at this beautiful cup of yours, and you have awakened to a higher spiritual message, and on top of it now you're getting here this 2 of Cups. Venus in Cancer is speaking to you on your position. You are awakening to the fact that you are now taking the reign, that you are the one that is moving forward. You have your physical body, you have the awakening, you have come into a core understanding of, yes, this lotus flower is feeding these two cups. It's always the one that feeds the two cups. And in that love situation, maybe with a partner, maybe with yourself, right? It's not always that this is a soulmate love here happening. But of course, if you do have it, I'm really happy for you. But first, always remember, you must find that within yourself. The same way you must find the black and the white sphinx inside of your third eye. Within you, you are steering basically these two energies here from within, from your own inner third eye. This is very important, and this is what you are learning, right? You learned in the first 4 cards just that, so that you can in this life have this kind of relationship. Then on the position of the Wheel of Fortune comes the number 1, the Day and Night card. And it's very interesting because it's the number 1, but there is 2 elements in it, or actually 3. There is the moon behind her and the sun in her hands, and she in the center. And the Wheel of Fortune is exactly that. It's saying everything is spinning, everything is turning, everything is changing, and nothing stays the same. And so you are learning to become this in the center, and the 2 cups are the moon and the sun that are influencing each other. And it's almost like you are becoming the earth. You are becoming that planet that is spinning around the earth, that is wobbling, that is shifting and changing all the time. And the 2 of cups and the moon and the sun in your hands is letting you know you have the power. You have the center of our solar system in your hands, and this is where the answers are to all of your questions, right? On the position of the Hanged Man comes the Raw Morganet, the number 44. And the 4 is already here in the rainbow in the number 41. But it's becoming a 5. And so the 44 portal is giving you an understanding of how much you now understand the center of the answer to the sensibility, the empathy, the compassion, the gift of vulnerability and forgiveness. And this is why you're holding the sun in your hands, right? Because it's almost literally saying, if you hold the sun in your hands, then you know exactly that you are the center of your universe, right? Of your life. You are the doer. You are the one that takes charge of your life. You are becoming the God enlightening energy, right? That is speaking to you through this bright day here, the yellow color behind it. It's a very strong color here, right? And the love that has come on your position, a love that you are now really living for yourself. And then you can forgive yourself, you have compassion, you have that understanding, and you get the answer in your hands coming to you. Because then on the position of Scorpio comes the 7 of Stones. And the 7 of Stones is then looking back at what you have done in your life, looking back at everything that you gone through, because the 7 of Stones is Saturn in Taurus. And Saturn in Taurus is that moment of, I have to recognize that my values, my values, I hold my values in my hands. And that's why I can leave this card the way it is. It's almost like you getting a wake-up call. Yes, you have these beautiful stones that this planet is creating, but then we have just simple rocks. We have just normal stone, which we need as well to build houses and to build the fundamental buildings that we're now living in, right? So we wouldn't build a house out of crystals, right? It's just like, it's for some reason it didn't come into our head. We built houses out of this. We built structures out of these kind of stones, right? So you are realizing something in the 7, because we have here through the Hanged Man the 7th chakra, right? We have here through the rainbow the 7th chakra. And so here in the number 7, you are awakening to a reality again that is actually sometimes quite brutal, right? It's a little bit like, okay, yes, we have all these lovely, lovely things, and then we have, boom, life. We have like the situation of like, okay, there is also sometimes that kind of energy. Then on the position of the moon comes here the stair or the sky bridge, the 47, and the 47 then becomes an 11 portal. So here the moon, which is in your sign, speaks about use this portal to get up to the lotus flower. Take this portal, take this sky bridge up to this higher consciousness, because as you can see, so here these stones get arranged again so that you can step up. It's almost like you have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stones floating, and here you have these 7 stones floating, like not arranged. It's impossible for you to step from here to here to here to here, but something created. If you are wanting to come up here, your sheer will, your sheer focus is bringing you up into the center so that you can step up, and you're bringing these stones here together. The 7 is in this 7. So the 47 with the 4 before, right? So there is like a message with these stones. There is a stepping stone. There is then here, if you want to get this stone, the 4 portal, right? Then you are recognizing that you need to coordinate yourself in such a way. You need to be so strong that you become now this physical horse that is steering yourself directly forward wherever you want to go, because this is where you are coming up now, right? Through the self-love that you have found within yourself. Then on the position of the sun, which is of course in Scorpio, comes gravity, the number 39. And the number 39 makes it a 12, and the 12 is here through the Hanged Man. And this is exactly what is happening. You fell down and you are defying gravity. You're hanging down yourself upside down. And gravity is that moment of realization, a moment of like, yes, here I am. Gravity is pulling me, is holding me on Earth. Everything is, all the planets are being pulled by this gravitational energy. But there is something, these 2 butterflies that are literally saying, but also go up, right? It's almost like this is saying, the sun in Scorpio is literally saying, but see these 2 cups, see these 2 butterflies, and bring yourself always up to this one flower, to the lotus flower, to the practice of spiritual work, to hear the light, right? We need both, but here particularly you are getting also through the one, the day and night, the understanding that there's always going to be duality, but the one energy that is helping you, which is you, the one in the center, you always the one in the center that is understanding, now I want to go up to a higher consciousness. And you are taking that path, and you are being pushed to see also the gravity and the groundedness at the same time, right? The uplift, the moon that is saying come out, right? Come out of the subconscious, and then the sun, the clarity, the clarity to see that you are a child of this planet, and that you are being gravitational hold, but the spiritual path within you through Venus in Cancer is helping you to find the true love, the true energy that you want to be all the time, that the true energy that is uplifting you into a higher consciousness. On the position of Judgment, which you had on the position of the Empress, right, comes now this beautiful card. And you can see how Saturn with his ring is here, because we had here Saturn in Taurus. Saturn is in this card and speaking about to evolve. And it's saying creative ideas evolve out of the invisible and profound nothingness of pre-verbal consciousness. The 28, the number 10, which is a 1 and a 0. And the 1 and the 0 is always then that next step, like the 20, that next step that has come here on the position of the Wheel of Fortune. On the Wheel of Fortune, you got the 1, you got only the number 1, and on the Wheel of Fortune, you have the number 10. And the 28 is a 10. And so you must evolve, because through the dualities, through that there are two, we evolve, right? We do not evolve here. Here we rest, here we have that higher consciousness within us, but here we have the 2 of Cups that make us evolve. And so you have the 2 and you have an 8, and the 8 is that infinite loop of the dualities that make us evolve. And here comes this beautiful card to you and speaks about, yes, then you're evolving, then you're realizing that the 2 and the 0 is a next step that you have had here in your head, in that giving birth through the Empress. And now here it is. Here it is speaking to you very clearly that when you evolve, everything is making sense, everything is shifting, and everything is then bringing you in the next month, in the next reading, where the Sun is in Sagittarius. This is the night of inspiration, which is Sagittarius. On the position of the world, you are getting fireworks, you are getting an awakening, you are getting the inspiration to continue the things that you really love to continue. And it's already a sign that here you will, in the next reading, getting then the continuation of where you're gonna evolve yourself into. You're gonna evolve yourself here into the month of Sagittarius, where the fire is again making everything a little bit more easier for us, because it's a warmer month. This is a transformation. This is a heavier month, right? This is like letting go of the old, and then we can literally be like, yes, now I have the new, I have this new inspiration, and I'm going forward. And it's just like fireworks and all these beautiful things here in the sky that are helping us and that are giving us the empowerment to continue our path, no matter how difficult it is. And then you understand, okay, so the upside down positioning, the falling down position, was necessary for the month of Scorpio to let go of something that doesn't work for you anymore. You have now something new coming at you in the next reading when the Sun is in Sagittarius. Wow, beautiful reading. And I hope I see you in the next reading, because I mean, we see that Sagittarius is already here. You're already really clearly going into the month of Sagittarius. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.